Sorry, guys. That was hubby. He's gone on a Timmy's run. Where did I leave you? So yeah, so I mean, I had been diagnosed, September 2nd, 2015. So this was April of 2016. So I was still in pretty bad shape. You know, wondering whether this thing was going to turn to cancer any moment at all, if it was going to progress, what's going to happen. So yeah, being diagnosed with a brain tumor is definitely a, life-changing event. Let's say that. And you really find out who your friends are, let me tell you, because a lot of people stepped off. So yeah, people that you would expect that you would hear from on a regular basis who really don't call. They don't really bother. And you think, wow, thought you really liked me. But anyway. So anyhow, I am standing in this dome of trees and I said, you know, okay, I'm here. I'm listening. I am so fucking mad at you. But what do you got to say to me? What do you got to say? You know, go ahead. I'm listening. So I stood there and I just listened to the silence. And I was waiting for, I don't know, am I waiting for a sign? Am I waiting for a burning bush? What am I waiting for? And nothing happened. Reba just sat there really, really quiet and kept looking up at me and looking up at the top of the trees. And she kind of got like excited, like she was sitting on her bum, but she was kind of like, ooh, you know, sort of wiggling a little bit and stuff. Almost as if she could hear or see something that I couldn't hear or see. And we all know what animals are like and what dogs are like. But yeah, so I stood there for a minute and I listened. And of course I heard nothing but dead silence. So I kind of said, well, you know, that figures. You know, I knew you weren't listening. I knew you didn't give a shit because you know, you allowed me to damn near get killed in a car accident. And then you know, allow me to be, you know, diagnosed with a brain tumor. So yeah, thanks, bud, you know. So I was very, very angry with God at that time. And I thought, yeah, that figures, whatever, right? And I said, come on, Reba, let's go. So away we went and we went home. So fast forward by about 2 or 3 weeks. And that was when the week leading up to the strokes that my husband was just not himself. And I kept asking him, was he feeling well? And he just said, you know, he's burnt out. He was tired. I need a break, blah, blah, blah. So that day came, that we went to go for our after dinner walk. And he said, do you mind if I don't go? And that was really unusual. And I said, honey, are you sure you're okay? And I wasn't even sure that I wanted to go for a walk with the dog without him because I was worried about leaving him by himself. He looked fine. He just looked really, really exhausted and, no headache, no, you know, no, nothing, no complaints really, except that he just felt super duper tired. So I said, no, don't be silly, honey. You stay here. Have a lie down on the couch. And I'm just going to, I probably won't even go down as far as the horses. I'll just take her long enough for her to do her business and we'll turn around and come back. So we're walking down the road and we get to that part, and that part where she would always want to go. And instead of pulling me, she stopped and sat down. Reba never did that. Never. She was a crazy, like I said, crazy, hyper, bing, 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 bouncing around puppy, right? Well, she was a foxhound, as I said, so long-legged, tall hound, and as batshit crazy as they come, bless her heart. We were getting, you know, coming to that place, and she just stopped and sat down and looked up at me like, well, you know, are we going to go in and talk to him, or are you just going to walk by? And something told me to go in there. So I took her, and we went in there, and we got to the spot, the place, as I've come to refer to it. I don't know, would you call it a holy place, a sacred space, a magic space, a magical place, whatever, the place, right? So we got there and I paused in the doorway and I said, hi, it's me again, because the last time I was there, I was pretty mad. And I walked in and again, Reba just sat down and continued to look up and look at me and look up. And I said, okay, it's me, I'm back. I'm still pretty mad. Actually, I'm still very fucking mad. But I think I need your help. Sorry guys, here we go. I think I need your help because I think something is really, really wrong with my husband. I have a really bad feeling, and this is where the women's intuition part of this video comes in, and there's more to that to come, but I have a really bad feeling, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what's wrong. But that expression, something wicked this way comes, kept coming into my mind. And I knew that something bad was going to happen. And I said, I think I need your help. And I know I'm mad at you right now, and we're not really talking. But my husband is not mad at you, I don't think, and he believes in you, and something is wrong with my husband, and I need you to stay beside him. Please stay beside him. Just stand beside him for a little while, because something wicked this way comes. Something bad is going to happen, and I think he needs your help, and I need you to help him. So then, as I was standing there saying this, and then I got finished, and I was like, what do I end with an amen? What do I do? I just felt like I was talking to a friend that I was having an argument with, that I was kind of mad at, but I'm trying to talk to them now. And I didn't feel like an amen or anything was necessary. You know what I never understood? The expression, she's a good God-fearing woman. Why would one want to fear God? Because I don't want a God in my life that I have to be afraid of. I want a God in my life that I can talk to like a friend. And you know, if you're angry, then pray angry. If you're happy, pray happy. If you're sad, pray sad. And there's something else I'm going to post later on, as long as it's not a copyright violation, that I sort of got that expression, pray happy, pray angry, pray, you know, from. Anyway, so as I'm standing there, I had finished asking that, and then I heard way off in the distance, I heard, Cal, Cal. And I was like, holy shit, and that's my husband's voice, right? And I thought, oh my God, what's going on, right? It scared me, because we're really not that far from the house, far enough, but not that far. And I thought, am I really hearing him like audibly with my ears, or am I hearing him in my head, in my heart, like where he's calling out for help? And Reba turned her head right away and perked her ears up. So I knew she heard him too. So I thought, okay. So I said, come on, Reba, let's go. So I just looked up, and as I was turning to go away, I said, please stay by him. Please, please, please. And I just said, I don't know if I said thank you or said something. And I turned away and I came out. And just as she and I were coming out, we'd come out of the trees, we had crossed the meadow, and we're just coming to the edge of the road. And here he comes walking up the road. And I guess what had happened was, after we left, he kind of felt guilty or something about me, you know, having to take the dog for a walk by myself. And he decided to go, you know, join us. And as he was coming up the road, because it's a long, that whole kilometer up to the horses is a flat, straight shot. Like, he should be able to see me. There's no corners, there's no hills. It's flat and straight. And he couldn't see me, of course, because I was back in the place with the dog. So he's, Cal, 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 he's calling my name. So I get to the edge of the meadow, and I said, I'm right here. And he says, oh, there you are. And I hadn't told him about my experience in this place. He didn't know anything about it. I felt like it was something that, not that I was like embarrassed or ashamed or anything. I certainly wasn't, but I felt like it was something that was just for me. It was something I had to keep in here for me. I don't know why. I have no idea why at that time. But anyway, so we walked out to him, and I said, are you, like, what are you doing? Are you okay? I thought you were, you know, not feeling well and didn't want to come. And he said, well, I felt guilty. So I said, well, okay. I said, you know what? She's done her business. Let's just turn around from here. We were maybe a half a kilometer up the road, halfway to the horses. Let's just turn around and go home from here. So that was what we did. And he said, what were you guys doing? And I said, oh, she likes to monkey about back in there in the field and the trees and stuff. She keeps wanting to go back there. I thought, why not? It's better than her just walking on the side of the road. And I said, she really likes it back there. And he's like, oh, okay. He didn't think twice of it. So we went home, and yeah. So it was like Reba led me there. Reba knew from the first day we got her, Reba knew that there was a place back in there, and that if I needed to talk to somebody or something, that was where I needed to go. And she'd been telling me that for 2 months. And of course I didn't listen, and I was not walking through hip-deep snow, because I can hardly walk some days at the best of times. So that's where Reba Mae and God come together. She was an angel. Yeah. So in the week, in that week leading up to the strokes, Reba had some very, very odd behaviors. We had our normal nighttime routine. My husband would go to bed like normally about 9 o'clock because he had to get up at 3:30 in the morning and drive 2 hours to the city to work. So he would go to bed, and Reba and I would just, you know, be sitting up. I'd be sitting on the couch watching TV crying, and Reba would be snuggled along beside me or on the floor or at my feet or whatever. Sorry, excuse me. And then maybe about, 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I had a crazy schedule back then. 2 or 3 in the morning, just before he was going to get up. There was many mornings actually that he got up and I was still awake. And, eyes swollen out here. I've been crying all night. Maybe 2 o'clock or whatever. I would say to her, okay, come on, Reeves, let's go out, for your pee. Pardon me, and do your thing. I'm drinking tea and burping. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. That's life. Hang on 1 minute.